Hello and welcome to another Double Masters draft. That is Double Master 2022. Been having a lot of fun with this set. If you missed out on the first draft that I did, please go check it out because it was an absolute delight. And what do we got here? We have kind of an interesting pack. We can finally choose to go aggro if we wanted to. We could go Wingsteed Rider and 10th District Legionnaire. Then if we wheel Jeskai Charm or Martial Glory, we're gonna be feeling very good. We can also go the more controlling route with Prophetic Bolt, Jeskai Charm. There are just so many permutations here, right? This is what's so fun about this set. We could go Spider Spawning plus CDC Brood Tyrant. This is obviously the self-mill plus Spider Spawning. And I drafted Bug in my previous video, so I'm going to try to go this other route, I think. I have never been able to draft an aggressive deck in this format so far, so I'm kind of like a little bit pulled in this direction, and mostly because I want to try something new. But I guess we could just go for something like this instead. I definitely want to take the Prophetic Bolt, or if I'm not taking this, I would definitely want to go this other route. Oh man, it's calling at me though, the Spider Spawning deck. I drafted this deck a couple of times and I was able to get some 2-in-1s. I never drafted CDC though. Like, this seems really, really sexy. Oh man, this is so close. I think I'm gonna go for the aggro deck just because I have not been able to stream it yet, to play it yet. So yeah, it's possible that this doesn't wheel and this is gonna be a disaster. But let's just try this out, see what happens. All right, number 2, already punished. But we did get a Rift Bolt. Rift Bolt's obviously great. You rolled a Miststalker, huh? What if we go this route? Ah, so we can try to go more like, instead of going red-white aggro, we can try to go Naya, like +1/+1 counters and stuff. I mean, I'm just gonna go with Rift Bolt, right? Like, this is such a good removal spell / Ghost Face. So yeah, we're just gonna go with this. This is definitely a consideration though. Those are the only considerations though, I think. Okay, what is this? What do we got here? I love me some Titan Strength is exactly what we're trying to do. Take an extra turn after this one. At the beginning of that end step, you lose the game. Okay, so we're probably not doing that. We're definitely gonna go with Titan Strength here. We could, I mean, at this point we're kind of forcing this strategy. I mean, it's not particularly clear whether it's open or not. If I had gone Bug, I would probably be in better shape, to be honest with you. We could be picking up like an Analysis or an Ambuscade here. But yeah, I just want to try what's going on with the aggro deck. So we're gonna pick Titan Strength. The problem is that there's nothing really that we're trying to win. The good thing about this strategy though is that we don't really have any, that we're not really trying to do anything too like, we're not trying to do anything too complicated. So like, we don't need to like use picks on lands and stuff. So here we can try to go Jeskai Charm. This is basically just a 1-mana 1/1, so it doesn't really do anything for us. So we're probably taking Charm here. This is like, if we're gonna splash, this is like a fine card to splash. And unfortunately this doesn't target. That would be so great if it did. What do we got here? Lava Coil is great. Conclave Mentor is interesting if we were on the green-white deck, and this probably means that the green-white deck is very open. The problem is like, we're pretty solidly in red at this point, so I think I'd rather go the Lava Coil route. Like, this is just a fantastic removal spell for us. Hoping to wheel Spark Mage's Gambit or Living Lightning. Oof, another Lava Coil and the Martial Glory. Oh wow, this is a pack. I'm probably gonna take the second Lava Coil. This is a good sign though. Martial Glory almost making it all the way around the table is a good sign for us. Lava Coil is too good to pass up though. What do we got here? The good thing about this card, by the way, which I forgot to mention, and why I think it's really good, not only does it get rid of blockers and it can ping X1 creatures, of course, but you can also target your own creatures. And then that triggers Heroic technically Heroic in this one, and then not technically Heroic in this one. We definitely need some more creatures though. Hopefully we do find some of those. Hey, wow. So this is a fantastic sign for us. And now we get to choose. Like, do we want to go high? Do we want to go tall with 10th District Legionnaire? Or do we want to go wide with Young PC? Probably we want to go wide, right? This card is so good, though. It's exactly what we want. Yeah, let's go with the Legionnaire. This is probably a wrong pick, by the way. But like, it's very likely that that's just wrong. But second Jeskai Charm. Okay. We may or may not splash for that. We'll see how that goes. Here, I guess I'm going to take this. Could take League Guild Mage, but I'm not splashing for it. So I'm just going to take like a 4 mana 3/3. Same deal. I'd rather have this, which has some late game potential, rather than Sensor Splicer, which I have no synergies with. I really hope that I don't have to play this, by the way. 1 mana 1/1. Looking to not play this. I'm gonna leave it here, but I'm very, very much looking forward to not playing this card. Okay, so yes, yeah. So it's looking, would I rather have this guy? I think I'd rather have this guy than this second spark. I think that we can get Gambit later. Wait, why is it? There were 2 cards and now there's only 1. That's very confusing. Do you see that? Like, 1 card just disappeared from the pack? That was very weird. Okay. Just Moto being Moto, I guess. Really looking forward to not play any of these cards. This one is actually reasonable, but really looking forward to not play this, neither of these or this. We're looking for more 10th District Legionnaires. This is probably a trap, I'm assuming. When a white instant sorcery causes you to gain life, it deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Well, it doesn't really apply to Jeskai Charm, unfortunately. So here, we have some pretty good options. I think I'm going to take Goblin Banneret and Path to Exile. I think these are the best cards for what I'm trying to do. I'm not looking for bounce land in my aggro deck. But this guy, this only triggers attacking creatures, which is good to know. But yeah, I'm still just picking both of these. These seem like fine pickups. Another alternative, I don't think there's anything else really for us. There's no way that this card is good for us. Spac is awful. Really bad for us. Wow, what the hell is this card? Skullbriar the Walking Grave. 2 mana 1/1 haste. Let's come with them to play. You plus remain. That's funny. That's a weird mechanic. Skin Render, as we saw in the previous draft, an absolute banger. Annoyed Allosaur, another absolute banger. Unfortunately, not the cards for us. So I think I'm just going to take the Hissing Iwanar. It's not great in on deck, but it's just a 3 mana 3/1. I'm kind of in the market for that. Another Gambit, that's fine. It's kind of sad because this is the kind of card that I'm expecting to wheel. Like if I didn't pick the Gambit from this pack, like I'm pretty sure that we would get it back. But unfortunately, there's no other card that I'm interested in. So I'm just gonna have to draft this in an exciting card instead. Well, whenever it casts a spell that targets this, deals 2 damage to any target, so it just starts shocking stuff. Okay. Alright, so this is a 4-drop I'm moderately happy to see. I'd like to see more like Titan Strengths, stuff like that. That's what I'm looking for. Hyena Umbra. Okay, I'll take Hyena Umbra. This definitely counts. Anything else here? Not really. And by the way, I'm trying to like keep my eyes out for cards for the potential bug deck that could have been. And it would have been kind of gas, right? The bug deck that could have been, that ended up not being, would have been wrong. Here we're going to take Riftbolt because this can go face while Lava Coil cannot. But like this is a fantastic pack for us. Like Riftbolt, Lava Coil, Living Lightning. All of these are cards that I would be excited to put in my deck. I also should probably try to get some amount of dual lands. Like I should start trying to prioritize this. 3-drop or 2-drop Combat Trick. I may probably just not even play these Jeskai Charms. We're very heavy on red. I'm probably gonna take this. This would have been so much better with a Young Pyro. Relief Captain is also interesting, but I think we're doing better on the spells than we are on the creatures, so I'm gonna prioritize the hero instead of the 2-mana combat trick, even though that's a pretty good trick, by the way. The 2 mana give the creature first strike, gain 2 life, and put a +1/+1 counter. Like that's a pretty good trick in a deck like this. So we're trying to upgrade this creature. We definitely need some 1 and 2 drops. Ugh. Last breath for the sideboard. I guess it's not a great sideboard card in my aggressive deck though. Ugh. Spec's not very good for us. Maybe if I splash blue I want Bloodwater Entity. I really doubt. Pillar of the Parents actually doesn't quite work. Is it Boilerworks is good though. I may actually play this. Helps me splash my Jeskai Charm. Okay. Okay. Let's do this in the sideboard for now. That's a crazy wheel, actually. I wasn't expecting to wheel that. This card, maybe I'll play. Like, I already have one of these. I really hope I don't have to play this, but yeah. I'm just gonna take another entity. Like, again, not likely to be playing it, but these are some red and white cards, I guess. Maybe Pirate's Village, I guess. I don't even know. Removal for big creatures. Maybe Spell Pierce, the better card. Man, that pack really dried up towards the end. Oh wow, another Boilerworks and Living Lightning? Oh jeez. Okay. Take another Boilerworks. Like I really wishing that those cards would have been in different packs. Because this Perforce Semi-Series kind of suck. I really don't want to be playing this card. Planner Bridge Wield? How? Cut this bad boy. Alright, so hoping to not have to splash for Jeskai Charm, but if I have to, at least I have a couple of dual lands, a couple of bounce lands, so that helps. Really want to get some good 1 and 2 drops though. Monastery Swift Spear, more 10th District Legionnaires, Young Pyromancer, well, definitely not this thing. 5 mana 4/4. Like, I guess this could be my top end. Like, I'm not stoked about it. Also, triple rare pack. Quadruple rare, actually. I just realized that both of my foils are rares. That's funny. Yeah, we're definitely taking the Hellkite. And a dual land? Ugh. That's awful. I mean, I don't want another 6-drop. Like, 5-drop is where I want my curve to end. So it's whether I want another Jeskai Charm. Like, I could have, like, a lot of burn to finish up the game. I think I'm just gonna go with dual land, though. Maybe we wheel the Jeskai Charm. So, Dragon and... like, woof! Oh my god. Oh my god, this pack! This pack has it all. I'm probably going to take the Abbot, but holy crap, we have Swift Spear, Rift Bolt, Lightning Bolt. Even the I know Bond King I would probably take here. Oh my god. This pack is something. I'm probably going to take the Abbot though. About this drop, man, if I really wish this had been my opening pack. We could just take Abbot and Lightning Bolt. Feel like $1,000,000. I'm really hoping to wheel this Swift Spear or this Bolt. I really doubt that we're gonna wheel the Lightning Bolt. You are a 2-drop, so I guess you go in the deck. And it's better than probably this thing. Whenever a creature is developed under control, you get +1/+1 trample. That's probably better. It is red though, and this is white. I'm not gonna play the Wayfarer. Huh. Yeah, so that's actually interesting. I think we can probably wheel this. Well, this is just a better card. Another one of these things, so we can probably wheel the Gambit or the Spires. Labyrinth Champion probably means that I'm not. Oof, don't mind if I do. Also, 5 mana, 3/3. You can cast non-creature spells from the top of your library. That's pretty interesting. Not as interesting as this 2-drop, which is just fantastic and exactly what we're looking for, though. So what do I want now? I want Titan Strengths. I want probably take this, I guess. I want Titan Strengths. I want the combat trick that we saw earlier, the 2 mana white combat trick. Martial Glory. Hell yeah! Yes! And I just realized that we didn't wheel the ones from pack 1, which makes me very sad. But yeah, we have one here. Excellent. All right, I think we're just gonna be straight up red-white, which is where I want it to be, anyways. can cut this, we can cut this. It's not looking half bad, actually. 16 lands, another Living Lightning, or Hyena Umbra. Probably the Lightning. Actually, let's take the Umbra. This came back. This also came back. So I'm probably not playing any of these cards. Take the rare. Just rip the dreams of the player to my left. This card is not very good, by the way. I don't think it's 6 mana 5/5 flyer. Oh my god. This back, man. This back. Riffle number 3 or Swift Spear number 1? Probably Swift Spear number 1, right? Riffle is so good though. Riffle is so good. This guy also came back. Hey, Burning Tree. I'm actually fairly heavy red. I may just play this BTE. All right, we have a deck to build. We have a deck to build, folks. So I think I'm pretty heavy red, which means we may want to cut the Ainok Bondkin and the Wingsteed Rider, even though the Rider is very good for what I'm trying to do. But I don't think my mana base can support it. So I'm trying to go basically... No, this doesn't matter. Probably not gonna play that. Red white, I said. Group creatures separately. So I'm gonna try to go for maybe like 9 and 6. 9 and 7, sorry. And if I go 9 and 7, then the Wingsteed Rider may be a little bit hard to cast. We do have a solid curve, and we are like super focused, which is nice. Can I get away with 15? Can I get away with 15 lands? Just cut the dragon? I may be able to. I mean, I'm probably gonna be trying to double spell a bunch. Yeah, probably gonna be trying to double spell a bunch. I just realized like Spark Mage's Gambit is kind of sick in my deck. I have the hero of the games, I have double Labyrinth Champion, triple 10th District Legionnaire. Like this card is just insane in my deck. Just absolutely outrageously good. I think I'm just gonna cut Path to Exile, honestly. Like it just removes a creature, but it doesn't really give me value. Like I think my creatures are gonna be just the best possible removal spells every time. I'm not sold on the Hissing Iguanar. That's definitely the weakest card in my deck by a significant margin. But this dragon is pretty messed up if it gets to connect. Living Lightning can get back my bangers. Cut an Umbra. Maybe cut a Goblin. I think I'm gonna cut Living Lightning. I could go the 15 land route, but I kind of want to go to 16. Maybe play the Cryptic Spires. So this would be 9. Is this right? 8, 9, 6, 7. This is what if I go with 15 lands. Buying groups. I think if I go for 16 lands, I would play one more mountain. So now we have 9 red. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 white. 9 red, 7 white. It's funny how I kind of want to cut the dragon and go to 15, but if I cut the dragon, then, you know, want to go to 15. I don't want to play 16 lands. I guess I could play another, like this bad 2-drop. Man, building aggro decks is so hard to do. It's just so hard to build like a good aggressive deck because you have so many things that are fighting against each other really in your deck building. You know, we cut the dragon, and I guess we're gonna bring it, add one more mountain. All right, 16 lands, super aggressive, super clean. Let's see how this goes. This is not the most beautiful opener you've ever seen. You're lying. Keep it. Oof. Get the tap land out of the way. Hot. It's getting hot in here. Swift Spear. Hold up Spell Pierce. Okay. We'll probably have to play the District Legionnaire here. I think it's pretty fair to say that my opponent's holding a Pierce over there. The problem now if they can kill my Legionnaire if they have a removal spell. Ingenious Scab. Okay. So it's gonna be Lava Coil time. It's not great. Definitely a Lava Coil here. Getting for 2. next, the problem is if I play the hero, then my opponent removes the hero, they swing for a bunch, right? So this way, I'm winning the race, and I feel like I'm in a good spot. Even initiate. So let's go with the Lab Champ. Pass the turn. Even if the opponent kills the Labyrinth Champion, we can still hero plus Martial Glory next turn, and we can trigger it. We can trigger 10th District Legionnaire and the hero of the games. And if they don't kill the Labyrinth Champion, then we just be far ahead. Pirate Spirit. Interesting attack. Take it. Okay. So I think we're starting +3 +0 +0 +3. I think I want to start with this in case my opponent has a way to do something. And now we can swing. See what my opponent does, and then I'm just gonna +3 +0 and +0 +3. Shock. Dude. I'm not shocking the Swifts. Oof, yes. Big time. This just shocks anything. Like, that's so good. I mean, obviously it's a 4-drop, right? Like, next turn we get to go hero plus hero of the games plus the thing that makes it so my opponent can't block. If they're just flashing back the Ape Initiate, GG's. Mind Rack Leech. 6 mana. Other blue creatures +1/+1. You may put a blue or red creature from your hand onto the battlefield. That's such a random effect. That's such a random effect for a blue red card, right? That kind of doesn't make any sense. So I Spark Mage's Gambit both of these, and I swing for 3, 6, 8. I could also trigger target here to give everything +1 +0. So I'm trying to think, like, what happens if my opponent has a Lightning Bolt in hand, right? Like, if they have Lightning Bolt, I go for this, like, I ping both of these things. My opponent then bolts my 10th District Legionnaire, and I'm in a lot of trouble, right? Or they have Spell Pierce or something like that. So I think we can target here and here. Turns this into a 4/4. This shocks. They go down to 5. I guess I have to target this, whatever it is that I do. And I can target this, and this becomes a 3/4, a 4/3. Sorry, opponent chumps. They take 1. They take 5. Go to 1. I can also target here and here. We attack. Opponent chumps. Because this Scry has a ton of value at this point of the game, right? That's why I'm kind of like interested in targeting this. Yeah, I think so. I think the Scry is really what brings this over the top here. Yeah, that on top. My opponent did have something. Momentary Blink, Mana Leak. Okay. Alright, so my opponent did have something. So I'm very, very happy that I ended up targeting this because it meant that I didn't just waste my effect. I could swing. My opponent trades with their Mind Rack Leech. That seems fine. Or they can just chomp block, right? And next turn we attack for lethal. Oh, this also triggers the Quagmire twice. Hell yeah. Yeah, we're looking pretty good here. We're looking pretty alright. Alright, this Iwana ended up doing some work for me. 6 mana. Dream Shaper Shaman. Opponent stepped out. We have lethal creatures. Shock your dude. Boom. Win game number 1. Playing a Pseudo Mirror over there. Hyena Umbra is very interesting in a matchup like this. Hyena Umbra is really interesting. I wonder if this is the kind of matchup where things are going to boil down to like a late game battle and then the dragon's going to reign supreme. Because both of us were just going to trade the resources back and forth over and over again, and then eventually one of us is going to have the last creature standing, and I want that last creature to be the dragon. Maybe instead of the goblin. Yeah, let's go with this. Like a little bit more mid-rangey. I'm also interested potentially in the Path to Exile. Path to Exile could be a good card in a matchup like this. Well, this hand's pretty good. Playing the Swift Spear Mirror, but my Swift Spear is going to be better than my opponent's because of the Umbra. Don't mind if I do. This deck's kind of hot. Ooh, dragon. Swing. Ping. Here you go. Thought Scour Target themselves. Milling Scab and Lava Core. Okay. Well, he's Hyena Umbra. Try to protect my assets. They could have Mana Leak here. Just fine, probably. Mana Leak. Okay. Not gonna pay 3 mana. Do I want to... I think I want a Titan Strength just to push a little bit of damage and just to get the Scry value. Hell yeah. Love that. 6, yeah. Maybe like it's a little bit of an aggressive use of the Titan Strength there. Sure. Just gonna play the Legionnaire and say go. No attacks. Next turn, Martial Glory is gonna do a lot of work for me. See what my opponent has here. If they don't have a removal for the 10th, okay, they do. Okay. I think I'm just gonna pass. I think we can get more value from this. I think we can get more value from that. No attacks. Dargon. Dargon! Whenever it attacks, each instant a sorcery card in your graveyard gains flashback until end of turn. So it's a pretty big effect. Pirate Spillage. Got it. Kill your thing, your other thing can't block. And I think we're just gonna... Yeah, right, opponent hasn't enough. Yeah, as I said, like, Dargon is big. If we're trying to play like a pseudo mirror, we're both aggressive decks, and we get to go just a little bit bigger than my opponent, then I think that that's going to... it's going to give us an advantage that we can leverage there. You always want to be exactly a little bit bigger than your opponent whenever you're playing something like this. Like if you're playing, for example, aggro, and you're playing against a mid-range deck, then the mid-range deck is going to be like a little bit bigger than your aggro deck, so they're more likely to be able to stabilize and stuff. And then they have enough cards and individual raw power in their cards that they can overpower what you're doing. But you can get under the control deck, right? So that would be like another level. So, if the mid-range deck doesn't want to face the control deck, hopefully that makes sense what I'm trying to explain here. But let me know in the comments if you don't understand. I can maybe explain it better in text. Round number 2, no lander. Sadness. No creature. Guess I'm gonna keep this and be very sad when it doesn't work out. If we draw like a 10th District Legionnaire or something, I'm gonna feel very comfortable. I let on Plains there as a bluff. Well, hopefully this Spark Mage's Gambit is pretty good. I think that's gonna have to die, because that's gonna get really out of hand. Like if my opponent just gets to trigger this once, then it's gonna get out of reach. That's sad. That's pretty bad for me. All right. Here's hoping you don't have any +1/+1 effects, opponent. Please don't. If they don't, though, this level, well, I guess that's that. Okay, so we're probably gonna lose now. I mean, this was bound to happen, right? Like we kept a card with good interaction, like with good spells, but like with no actual way of pressuring, like keeping the pressure up and make damage happen. Sure. That's so sad. That is so sad. I don't think there's any value in using Spark Mage's Gambit right now, so... opponent technically can't attack here, so that's good for us. Because we can activate this twice. So we just trade 1 for 1. They could have the +1/+1 and first strike. If they do, we probably lose. But I think I'm far behind enough that I can't really play around that kind of stuff. Seeker of the Way. Okay. I'm just too far behind at this point. I don't think there's anything I can realistically draw there that could get me out of that. Again, we're playing against another aggressive deck, but this deck is actually going bigger. So, like, Path to Exile seems reasonable. What else? Do we want a dragon? Maybe. We may want the dragon here. Over the bad 2-drop. I guess Umbra. Alright, give me good hints now round. Okay, I'll take this. So we're gonna go turn 1, Gubbo. Turn 2, Swift Spear, I think. Actually, this is more... This gives me more options. Because I can go just swing here. Now, I guess they can just bolt this, yeah. And we're about to lose again. Man, that's brutal. My opponent has basic mountain in their double green-white 2-drop deck, which is a little bit questionable. But our deck is unfortunately not interested in functioning. Replay the land. Experiment 1. We didn't trigger it. Well, that's a sick draw. Ridiculously good draw. 1 and 1. This is so good. Wow. Okay. I mean, if my opponent is going to keep a hand that has non-functioning mana, then that's a way that we can come back from this. We have a Rift Bolt coming off suspend. We can double trigger this Goblin Banneret guy next turn. So I'm not using my mana or anything else. I'm just gonna yam. Gobo are doing some work over here. Okay, they found white mana. Heroic Reinforcements. That's fine. I think we play our land and we just chill here. Because we can find like Shock Guy. If we find Shock Guy, then this Martial Dueler becomes a lot better. Can kill both of the soldiers. Come on, man. Can we draw creatures? Can we draw creatures? Dragon. Can we please draw dragon? Dragon would be sick. It's not dragon. I guess that at least is a way to get rid of this thing without triggering, what's his name? Without triggering the life gain. Let's see what they have. Dauntless Escort. Okay. I think we take 4 here. Because we may top deck Monastery Swift Speed. Oh no, it's actually dead. Never mind. We could still draw a haste creature. Or just another land. It's also a possibility. Most definitely possible. Actually, we're just gonna Rift Bolt over here. If they have a, pump spell, it's gonna be very sad. But my opponent seems to be like, they have green 1-drops. They have a bunch of red spells, and they also have like green-white cards. Like, it's a miracle that their mana is functioning so well. Gonna take more damage here. Put him pressing on the gas pedal. 2-drop creature. It's also an exile effect, that's nice. Really gotta find the creature here. Okay. Another Mentor. Also, my opponent's getting a little bit frisky over there. Like, if we find 10 Ziscric Legionnaire, we just win. E1R. Not bad. The card we really want to dodge is God's Willing. I think my opponent is just playing red, green, splash, white. It's gonna block there. If opponent uses a trick, can blow them out with Path. 3. This is 7 damage. This is 7 damage. So I go down to 1, and then I can swing back. We have a bunch of ways to achieve lethal here. Figure Destiny. Bad for us. That's really bad. Legionnaire? Okay. It's probably not gonna be enough though. Or if my opponent somehow forgets to block. But obviously I can't hold back to block. Man, this has been +3/+0. Wait, is this just lethal? I think this is just lethal. Because this triggers the... Oh my god, we figured exactly lethal. I can't believe that was a sick. And that was the only block that worked to give us lethal. If my opponent had block here, we would have only... I guess it would have been the same thing. Never mind. Okay, never mind. It was fine. Like, it was... We played it to our odds by going down to 1, and we got baited out on the very last turn possible. That was kind of sick. Alright, so Path to Exile I like. Maybe the Banneret's not gonna be as good anymore. Maybe leaving Lightning instead. Pyromancer is interesting. It's a 5-drop though. My opponent's not as aggro as I thought they were though. All of the removal kills, so maybe I want Umbra. They do have a significant amount of X1, so I guess Gambit is great. Yeah, I think this is fine. Could be cutting the land on the draw, maybe. Okay. Keep this hand. If we find any 1 or 2 drop, I think we're gonna be in pretty good shape. And then by the time the dragon comes down, it's gonna be doing some work. 1 drop. Okay. Be unlucky. No blocks. So this is gonna set up a trade here. Worst case scenario, we can path something. Hardened scales. Okay. So my opponent's mana working is indeed a miracle. They have red 1-drops, green white cards. My opponent's mana ever functioning is an absolute miracle. So let's block there, and I think I'm just gonna pump. If they have a trick that puts counters, then that's bad for me, but now we are in a stable board state. Sure, opponent's at 23. We're gonna be able to pass the Seeker, hopefully until after my opponent sinks, some like spells on it. I think even if they just stack for 2 here, I think I'll just take it. Not bad. Abbott. We get a nice little scry value. Don't mind if I do, don't mind if I do. Throw that on the bottom. Effectively draw a card. Basically draw a card. Also it fuels my dragon, which is obviously great. I'll block. Block. Opponent confirmed coward. So they could have killed this and they didn't, so I'm just gonna assume that they don't have anything. They could have, what's his name? Lava Coil. But I think if they had it last turn, they would have used it. I can use this in combat, right? So I can Titan Strength. I can also double path if my opponent plays another creature. Just don't Lava Coil me. Oh, okay, they have their own path to exile. Okay, the mountain. Love how this has like a bigger font. Yeah, taking some damages. Sure. Too bad that my dragon died. I liked my dragon. I liked my dragon. I miss my dragon. You want to attack opponents? I'll block. What you got? Please blow you out. I can't unfortunately outgrow this past Lightning Bolt, but at least our BTE stays here. It's not good though. So I want to see Shock Guy. I want to see 10th District Legionnaire. Those are the cards I'm hoping to see here. And for my opponent to whiff a little bit, maybe. Maybe. Lava Coil, not bad. I'll take Lava Coil. It's not going to speed up the clock, but 11 turn clock, no big deal. By turn 19, this game is ours. They haven't shown me any haste threats, so that's why I'm attacking kind of willy-nilly here. Rift Bolt is interesting. Man, I really wish I could draw a creature here. Really wishing I could find a creature so I could speed up the clock on my opponent. Doomed Traveler. Fine. Turns into a 2/2. Creature. Hey. Alright. Kill your dude, buff my dude. Lava Coil. I kind of want another threat, actually. Okay. Do I just Gambit again? I think so. I think so. Bottom that. Swing for 6. I was sandbagging this for a long time and got very rewarded by doing that. Really want to dodge Lava Coil here, which we didn't. That sucks. It's not a bad draw though. We can turn this Lava Coil into kill my creature plus shock, which is pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, we scried into this, so like holding on to this Spark Mage's Gambit was definitely the right play. And we're 2-0. Let's see if we can take another one down. This is exciting. All right, last match. Yeah, keep this hand. We can go turn 1 Swift here, turn 2 BTE into Lava Coil. It's pretty hot. Swing. We can also, I guess, Titan Strength. We think that's better. Probably gonna kill that thing. BTE and Lava Coil. I think we're actually Lava Coil the experiment 1 because I don't think my opponent is blocking, and if my opponent wants to spend their next turn just like activating this thing, I'm very okay with that. Then I can just kill it. And the experiment 1 just threatens to be more relevant than this thing. So this turn we're just gonna play this out. Swing for 3. Next turn we're gonna have Rift Bolt plus Titan Strength. Fine place to be at. Land. Spark Mages. Because we're just gonna Rift Bolt there. Rift Bolt there. Trigger some prowess. Why not? Ping some faces. Why not? Send some attacks. Why not? Opponent takes the trade. Happy to see that. We're very far ahead right here. Still have Titan Strength and Gambit in hand, and if we find a plains, like we just win. 2 mana, 1 to draw a card, not bad. Wing Seed Rider, White Source. Hey, so we're going to, I guess, trigger here and trigger here. So my opponent's just chomping. Got some, sure, I'll take that bad boy. And the reason to not trigger here instead is because my opponent gets to block there, and then they actually get a trade. And now we're just done. A butt of Kiral Keep. Plains, sure. So swing everything. I think we Titan Strength. If we Titan Strength here, we don't get the Scry, but this gets to survive. So that's fine. They have a removal spell because they blocked here instead of blocking there. So they definitely have a removal spell. They should use it now, but they have to kill this thing instead of killing the... Okay, opponent still goes down to 1. They chomped blocked. And I don't know how they get out of this. Damnation. Well, that was a curve. that was a hell of a curve. So my opponent's doing some aggro stuff as well. Are we just gonna bring in the big boys? Is that what's going on? I think so. In place of the 1-drop Gobbo. I kind of want the path as well. Path over... Path over Umbra? The reason being that we're going to be on the draw. So I'd rather have path, which allows me to keep up with what my opponent's doing. Well, this hand doesn't do anything, so I'm going to ship. This hand's great. So let's keep this one. I think I'm going to bottom my plains. I'm going to be a little bit greedy here. I am going to suspend Riftbolt on turn 1. Actually, I'm not. Never mind. And I'm not pathing anything on turn 2, so lead on the white. Opponent reveals a plains. Well, good thing I bottomed the land. Good thing I bottomed the land. They reveal the plains. Okay. That's a good thing to path. That's very nice. We're ramping my opponent here, which obviously I'm not stoked about, but we get to deploy another Legionnaire, swing for 4, seems pretty strong. And I don't want to give my opponent the value, like those 3+1/+1 counters are probably going to matter later in the game. We still have Riftbolt here for next turn. Opponent just passes the turn. So I think we're going to suspend Riftbolt, play this thing, and I'm just going to pass the turn. Like obviously my opponent's got a trick here, so I'm just going to have them waste their mana. And the good thing about suspended Riftbolt, sure, like I can't kill this anymore, but like my opponent spent 4 mana to put 2+1/+1 counters on a random creature, and now, like if they don't play anything I get to kill, I can just face the Rift. So we're probably gonna kill the 3/3. I guess so. Ping for 1, yes. Shock guy. Pass the turn. So we want to draw the thing that makes it so my opponent can't block. That would be pretty insane. Ping you for 1, yes. They can't really attack. They're just throwing away a dude. Okay. And they could have activated and they didn't, so... Okay. Thing that makes it so they can't block. It's not it. That is most certainly not it. So we don't really have any good attacks here, so we're just gonna pass. Martial Glory, I think, is the single card that would be the best for me. Titan Strength. Titan Strength here. Everything gets buffed. Take 4 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. But they have a removal spell because they've been attacking super aggressively. So I think we're just gonna pass the turn. If my opponent attacks again, we're just gonna use Titan Strength reactively, defensively, however you want to call it. That Seeker Squire is proving to be sure. It's a lot of first striking boys. Let's do this now. Hey, that's the card I wanted. We got rid of the problematic thing there. My opponent attacks again. Okay. So this is 3, 6, 9, almost lethal. So if I trigger here, I think I'm just gonna do this. Get some triggers. Boost some creatures, I mean. Okay. This figure? So if opponent has this figure, they kill this. They take 3, 6, 10, down to 2. Can I play around it though? Because I think at this point we're like, these creatures are going to be bigger than mine. So I feel like we're just kind of out of time. So I just have to jam and hope that it works. This is lethal. Yeah, I think I'm just going to jam here. I guess they could have God's Willing. But yeah, I think they just have this figure and then we're going to lose. But oh, it just worked. Sweet. Trophy. Hey, hell yeah. Yeah, well, I guess that's how you build aggro decks in this format. I guess that's how you make aggro decks work here. That looked pretty good. Super low to the ground. This card overperformed. It was always the best card to draw. The fact that this card has haste is a little bit outrageous, honestly. But that's one of the sweet things about this deck, about this format, is that there's the Dirtle decks, and then there's also the aggro decks. Like the aggro decks can actually also be very, very good, and we saw that here. I'm not sure if this deck is particularly very good, but it looked fairly strong. We're definitely missing a little bit of more, you know, like Martial Glories and like some better 2-drops. I'm stuck playing. This Goblin was very bad. Like I assumed this Goblin was going to be okay, but it ended up being like super weird and clunky. So I'm not too high on this Gobbo anymore. Like I'd much rather have like a Swift Spear. And obviously this guy is just terrible, but you know, we just need a 2-drop, so it kind of is what it is. But I imagine that if you have more of the good 2-drops, like the good 1 and 2 drops, and you have, I think what this deck was missing was more Titan strengths and like Lightning Bolt style cards. Like Rift Bolt is fantastic, but obviously Lightning Bolt is just miles better. But this deck was solid, and we got a clean little trophy. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're interested in supporting the stream, you have like multiple different ways of doing so, through Patreon, through donations, through supporting via like so many different ways. So coaching is also available if you're interested in that as well. But that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and bye bye.